Minister, one of the aspirations of this bill is to facilitate improved engagement with students to promote equity of access to and participation in higher education. I am appealing to the Minister here to look at the access word and to ensure that the pathway to apprenticeships is more transparent and easier to navigate than it is currently, so that the participation may happen. Tuas Nua was appointed as a job path provider for the Social Protection Department. This scheme left a lot to be desired for so many people who found themselves out of work with no fault of their own. They found that they were used for financial gain and pressured into taking jobs that were not suitable. They were promised training and CV help, which was best minimal and inadequate. When applicants got jobs themselves, the new employer was rang on numerous occasions by Tuas Nua, just to frighten them off to the new employer, and the person ended up not getting the job. Tuas Nua for financial gain and inadequate training. The Higher Education Authority needs to look at this and see themselves what is happening. One of the main objectives of this legislation is to promote and support higher education institutions in achieving excellence, teaching, learning and research in higher education. There are 250,000 students in third level education, ranging, I am sure, in mixed abilities, with one focus in mind, and that is to be the very best that they can be. Third level colleges and universities is about working together with other students as a means to learning, working in teams, cooperating with others and pooling resources. This is very difficult to do in Zoom type settings, and we can see ourselves as we can see ourselves. I hope that this will be addressed as part of the legislation. Secondly, I have engaged with the Minister for Education to introduce an apprenticeship model in the second level education, so that years are not lost on students that are happier doing practical subjects that would form a basis for apprenticeships. This area could be introduced at the start of the senior cycle in second level education after junior cert or TY. When some students are thinking of leaving education, this would encourage this cohort of education to complete their education. They then would have the skills that are appropriate to the career and the path that they will follow. There are particularly the needs that need to be addressed sooner rather than later in our education system. Practical skills are in grave shortage supply, and currently there are areas that need apprenticeships. We have a major issue coming down the road. I spoke to the council 5 years ago when I was within the County Council, Limerick City and County Council. I sat on the LCETB board and I spoke at length on that to show the problems we had with apprenticeships and early school leavers, that they were leaving school, and we could introduce a model in after the junior cert that they could actually, part of their education, they could do an apprenticeship. These are for the early school leavers, that they could do an apprenticeship within those 2-year cycle, and they could do possibly a leaving cert applied, but they would have the tools that they need for the career that they want to follow. Regarding the leaving cert, and I'm a father of a leaving cert student, and I will say this, Minister, that the Minister had access to all the quarterly exams from junior cert to the present day. All the students, their summer exams, their Easter exams, their Christmas exams, are all uploaded within each school, and they're done on a digital format. All that digital format is within the schools, second level schools in Ireland, and all that could have been accessed. And all our students, it would have suffered an awful lot of anxiety and distress for students, that if the Minister had used this, yes, I want every student in Ireland to sit their leaving cert, but I also wanted them to be able to use their quarterly exams, which are on a digital format within our secondary school levels, that could have been used to make up a basis on the student that was within the school. We ask the schools to do quarterly exams, and they do it. They know their students. This would make up for the lack of teachers that were there, the lack of people that were missing during COVID. I think the Minister and the Cabinet made the wrong decision. You had the tools, you had the experience, and you had the knowledge to make the right decision. Thank you.
Deputy